Well, hello everyone. My name is Sean Martin. I'm with CPA.com, one of the sales engineers here, and I'd like to welcome Heather Sperduto. Thank you for joining us today, Heather.
An absolute pleasure, Sean. Thanks for having me here during your session.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this week, we're highlighting sponsors and partners for the 2020 Digital CPA Conference and the November 19th Tax Track Learning Labs. So I want to start with a question. Could you share a little bit of information about ADP with us?
Sure. So ADP, always designing for people. I think we pride ourselves on the data, the insight, and the expertise that we offer out there to the clients that we serve across the globe, as well as partners like the CPA community out there that we actively work with on a regular basis.
Awesome, awesome. And so as a sponsor, what are you looking forward to sharing with participants this year?
Well, first off, I think there's a level of admiration and respect for the accountant community because what you all have gone through, in these last 9 months has just been nothing short of extraordinary. Like on a dime, you have been sought after as earning the title of the most trusted advisor to clients and have had a calming effect as businesses and clients across the board are just looking to make sense of how they operate in this new norm, but more importantly, really plan for the growth of their future. And on our side, I think we're fortunate that we've been by the side of the accountant community as they've been tapping into our data and analytics and the connection to their clients to be able to help them make really good decisions for where their business is today, modern day, and then ahead to the future.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride this year. It's definitely been wild, and so we're thinking about all of these kinds of things. And so, thinking about ADP, do you guys have any emerging technologies focused on tax as it relates to client advisory services that you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, I would start with, these historic legislative updates have been happening at such record pace that we haven't had a choice but to innovate. And we've gone in and made 1,000 changes to our system based on the 2,000 legislative updates in over 60 countries. But along the way, I'm really proud to also share that in a very innovative fashion, we've done a full reskin of our technology for our small business clients. There's over 600,000 of them today that use us in that arena. And then also in our award-winning Accountant Connect, specifically on the tax side, we've embedded a complementary tax research engine through CCH. So accountants can go in, they can grab relevant information that's so timely. Every time I go out there, I feel like by the hour, the information is being updated. And then the other thing I would point out in the tax arena is also the opportunity to assist clients with tax credits. And if you look at the span of what goes on out there, there's over 2,300 federal, state, and local incentives. And that's like $60 billion annually, but so much of it is left unclaimed. So if I were to pick one, where we jump in and aggressively are working to support firms and their clients is on the R&D side. And to me, that's a positive vibe, right? As we're encouraging businesses to make investments, to do quality research and really uncover, think differently, and forge ahead. I think the R&D tax credit is a good one on the radar for firms to be able to advise their clients in that arena.
Yeah, there's a lot out there and there's a lot going on. And so, when we think about the community, you're talking about a lot of those kinds of things. What makes you excited about being a part of the digital CPA community?
Well, I think it's that driving of awareness, right? So how do we accelerate change? I feel like that's like the buzzword, but identifying the trends, making the recommendations so that clients can take actions. And I think that's where firms elevate their level of efficiency and how it is that they stay competitive out there in the market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thinking about this too, I'd say part two of this question is what excites you about the accounting profession today in general?
Accountants get to craft the narrative with their clients. So whether they have a client that's essential, right, and has been operating in a groove all along,
Mm-hmm.
It could be a client who has unfortunately struggled, but now they're reimagining how it is that they come back into the fold.
Yeah.
Or those that are evolving, right? Like there are clients out there that have something that the market is craving. And in each of those respective areas, that's where the accountants get to jump in and really craft that narrative with their clients.
Yes, yes, they absolutely do. So we're coming to an end of 2020. Again, a wild ride to 2020. And so as we look to 2021, what is one of the trends that has developed this year that will benefit the area of tax that accounting professionals should seize?
Well, it's probably plan for the unexpected, right? But I think
Yeah, for sure.
the planning. And if I could give you a reference point, we're big on doing research to validate what's going on out there in the accountant market and in the CPA community. And we recently teamed up with Accounting Today and did a study. And the areas, really the first one that jumped up there in the research was tax planning. So clients are craving the tax planning, the client accounting, anything related to stimulus, but then also the business financial forecasting. And I think really that sets the stage of where the accountants can really be the individuals to ignite their clients to move in different directions. And for the accountants themselves, I think the accountants themselves, that holds true tremendously as well.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. There's a lot of opportunity. So we want to thank you guys, everyone, for joining us today. We want to thank you, Heather, for your time. Check out ADP's Learning Lab on Thursday, November 19th, between 1 and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Then make sure you guys chat with ADP in the 2020 Digital CPA Resource Center.